My name is Kiati. I'm the head of the firm of Joshi Advocates. Thank you very much for joining us in this video on re-entry bans. This is for people who had once upon a time lived in the UK lawfully and then became overstayed and then left the UK. Now we're going to examine what are the re-entry bans so the Home Office stops people coming in the UK, how long the ban lasts for, and what to do so it doesn't affect your credibility when making your future applications. Let's have a look. So the bans are for a 0 amount of years, so no ban, 1 year ban, 2 year ban, a 5 year ban, and a 10-year ban. Let's look at where there is no ban. So if you overstayed in the UK less than 90 days before 6th of April 2017 and bought your own ticket, no ban. If you overstayed in the UK for less than 30 days after 6th of April 2017 and bought your own ticket, no ban. So that's one. However, 1 year ban if you overstayed in the UK for more than 90 days before 6th of April 2017 and bought your own ticket, or 1 year ban if you overstayed in the UK for more than 30 days after 6th of April 2017 and bought your own ticket. So that's the 1 year ban. 2 year ban is where you have overstayed in the UK for less than 6 months. So a 2 year ban is where you have overstayed in the UK for less than 6 months and the Home Office bought your ticket. Now a 5 year ban is if you overstayed in the UK for more than 6 months and the Home Office bought your ticket. And finally, the 10-year ban where you were removed where you were detained and then you were removed from the UK. Deportation is another matter that carries a completely different variety of laws and it's not as simple as a re-entry ban. There are more legal things to go through. But as far as removal is concerned, and if you were detained and removed, there would be a 10-year ban. Counting from the date of the removal. Now, there is one aspect which I'd like to cover, although it is not a strict ban, but it allows the Home Office to refuse the application and there is no knowing how long it could last for. Now, what I'm talking about is something called aggravating factor. So say these bans that we just discussed now apply to all applications. There is no exemption except spouse visa. There is no ban for a spouse visa application regardless of the length of overstay. However, under immigration rules paragraph 320 in brackets 11, Home Office entry clearance officer has the power to refuse application if there are aggravating factors. And the aggravating factors are, there's a list, I'll cover a few for you so you understand what they are looking at. Things like criminal convictions, things like making frivolous applications, which is wasting Home Office's time and had no merit to begin with. Some may know this colloquially as buying time. So if that has happened, Home Office could refuse your spouse visa application later on, should the situation fit your circumstance. In this situation, it is best that you explain your immigration history from the very outset when you make your application. Why? Because Home Office will know when you do your application online. They will ask you, when did you come to the UK? When did you make your application to remain in the UK? Was it ever refused? When did you leave the UK? So they will ask all these questions and at the end they would understand that yes, this person had overstayed. And they would think the worst unless you explain. So please take this opportunity to explain your situation the best you can. So worst case scenario, if it's still refused, at least you can say, okay, look, I did my best. and if it's still refused, obviously you have the chance to appeal on human right basis. So that's that. Keep in mind that the immigration rules paragraph 320 in brackets 11, it isn't a ban, but it's, in my opinion, worse than a ban, because as I listed the bans to you, and they will be listed in the description box below, they are capped by years, you know. So if you overstayed by X amount of time, it's a 1-year ban or 2-year ban. But this immigration rules paragraph 320 in brackets 11, it isn't capped by how many years. This will be a perfect point for your appeal. So I hope this will help you. But if any questions, as always, feel free to contact me, details below, subscribe, and I'll see you very soon next week. Thank you so much for joining. Take care. Bye.